Hey Arvind, good afternoon. How are you?
Very good, Deep. Good afternoon.
All good?
All good so far. How about things there?
I'm good too. I'm good. How is your role as Chief Technology Officer at Yawar right now?
It's going good. Going good. Things are going busy. Uh, Thanks to AI and all the buzz going on around the world. So we like to have some AI solution within their portfolio and within their organization. So things are going very good.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So let's cut to the chase and get going with this discussion straight away.
Sure.
We are talking about emerging technologies, right?
Right.
So, with so many innovations branded as emerging technologies, like what truly can you call emerging technology? Is this term like being overused way too often?
Definitely, emerging is an overused term these days, often applied liberally to any new technologies or any new trend. So,
Hmm.
in my view, what the word truly should constitute to as anything which has a significant potential to have a good impact either on industries or societies or even the
Hmm.
relationships. So these innovations usually have the qualities like scalability, disruptive potential, and transformative impact.
Okay.
So, for example, self-driving cars, right? So these
Okay.
are not just like an small kind of an add-ons to an existing tweaks to an existing
Correct.
cars. So these are a whole new way of getting around, and that could change the transportation as we know it.
It will reduce driving stress so much, and it will reduce the cost of transportation.
Definitely. So not only that, so it has a potential to change, for example, entire transportation services or even the city
Hmm.
planning. So it will definitely make the society, making the roads safer, more efficient, and it will also change how we live by giving us more time during our commutes on
Correct. Correct. Correct.
basis.
Because in cities like Bangalore, Delhi, and Mumbai, the traffic is so bad, it makes you miserable.
Exactly.
One of
Everywhere.
yeah, one of my friends who is in Bangalore, he
Mhm.
left his office at after his office hours,
Mhm.
and because of the traffic, he reached home after 8 hours. For
Yeah.
I think around 8 to 10 kilometers, it took him 8 hours to go. So
Understood. Understood. It happens in all the cities, even in Chennai.
yeah,
During some, peak hours, I just commute to 1 kilometer, and that takes 30 minutes. So
yeah,
it does happen a lot nowadays.
yeah. So that self-driving cars is can be a great innovation in such cities, right?
Yeah, something like that. So something
Yeah.
which has a potential to change or have a very good impact on our lives. There are lots such technologies. I just gave an example about the self-driving cars.
Correct, correct, correct. So there are a few technologies which are in their infancy, and there are a few which are maturing. So, which maturing technologies, pose a significant business value and impact value in the coming years?
Sure. The technologies which right away comes to the mind are the technologies which is we are getting requirements from our customer on day-to-day basis.
Mhm.
These are around artificial intelligence,
Okay,
machine learning, and Internet of Things.
okay.
While AI and ML definitely have demonstrated their potential
Hmm.
to revolutionize the industries or automating the process or extracting the insights,
Hmm.
giving the predictive analysis, I think things are going to be greatly improved as we speak down the lines. And similarly, the IoT, it's actually rapidly expanding, connecting the devices, connecting the sensors to gather
Yeah,
informations on a real-time basis. So these, the interconnected networks hold immense potential for business, allowing them to improve their use case, like, for example, asset management,
hmm.
enhancing customer experience, and creating a new revenue streams to data-driven insights.
Yeah. We have done asset tracking for Sundaram Clayton, right? Then for IoT use cases, Bangalore International Airport's T2's automatic irrigation system.
Right, right.
Yeah.
There are
So
much more use cases which we are currently working on
okay.
for private sector and also the public sector. So definitely IoT, AML are going to get even more traction and going to be integrated into the business processes. And it's I see the combination, to be honest, the combination of technologies like AI, ML, along with the IoT,
Hmm.
when they are combined together, they are set to unlock new opportunities and drive immense value. And
Correct, correct,
yes,
correct. Because one thing on its own cannot disrupt things. Multiple technologies combined will be the key.
true, definitely.
Yeah. So, so there are articles, there are videos that say that emerging technology is a critical growth driver for enterprises.
Mhm.
But for many, that may not be the case, depending on their use case. So, where do you see the most untapped potential despite the hype?
Yeah, there is always a debate between viewing the emerging technologies
Yeah.
as a critical growth drivers versus overhyped buzzwords.
Hmm.
It's quite nuanced. So on one hand, there is no denying that the potential of these AI and ML IoT in driving business values is already proved and demonstrated.
Hmm.
And however, it is also important to acknowledge that not every emerging technologies lives up to the hype.
Correct.
So some innovations may be overpromised or oversold, that leads to inflated expectations and that fail to materialize in the real world application. So in my perspective, the key lies
Hmm.
in distinguishing between the genuine impactful innovations and
Hmm.
those are hyped up without substantial substance. So while AML or undoubtedly hold immense potential, there
Hmm.
are also other areas of untapped potential that deserve attention. Like, for
Okay.
example, let it be biotechnology, quantum computing, or even renewable energy. These are the
Even
areas.
even blockchain is kind of trending. So,
Blockchain started actually way before it was on a very big hype when
hmm.
back then when I was in Middle East around 6 years back, and
Okay.
suddenly I see kind of a dip at the moment. But again, there are technologies like DeFi and financial sectors which will down the line. Again, the blockchain will play an impact. Will come back again. That's my view.
Okay. 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 So this reality, virtual reality, after this Apple's Vision Pro launch, is trending like anything, right? And AI and ML are also trending. So, like, to what extent is this emerging tech adoption gated by the market understanding versus the capable maturity of the technologies?
Sure. The contrasting evolution timelines between AR and VR on one side and AI and ML
Hmm.
highlight a very complex interplay between the market understanding and the underlying maturity in driving the technology adoption. Meaning that
Hmm.
AI ML definitely races ahead with the rapid advancement and widespread in terms of various domains like industries and other stuff. Whereas
Yes.
AR and VR technology continue to progress, but relatively a slower pace compared to AML. But as you said, with recent days of Apple and
Vision
Meta,
Pro.
Vision Pro and
Yeah.
Meta and other stuff, yes, AR and VR are definitely coming back, and they will be having a very good role to play in the coming days. And in fact,
Hmm.
we are also working on a couple of integrations where the our applications are now not only enhanced with AI and ML, we are also giving a version of augmented reality.
Oh, is it?
Yes, without the use
Okay,
of
okay,
it's not a VR. You don't need a headset or any other
okay.
devices. You can just
Hmm.
use your, let's say, your smartphone and work on these augmented reality kind of.
Like
Uh,
in a product website, we view it in AR and we scan a room and then it shows the product there itself on the phone screen. Kind of like that.
Either like that or even on a navigation, like for example you're in an airport and you want to navigate from one place to another,
Okay.
and where yes, definitely there are gate numbers, there are route maps and everything is available,
Yes.
but still it'll be nice, or some people would prefer if someone can guide them. So we are working on applications, such applications like that, where it will just you can use your mobile phone, use some native apps like a camera app, and where
Mm-hmm.
the software will be able to guide you from wherever you are to the destination wherever you want to go. It can be a gate,
Okay.
it can be eatery, any place.
Oh, that's perfect. So now that we have discussed this emerging technologies and their maturity and everything, so let's say leaders want to, invest in these emerging technologies for their objectives. So, like, what are the questions and capabilities they should look for in these emerging technologies and use them for their opportunities?
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, the thing is that every organization, every leader should work on, first of all, alignment with their objectives of bringing in this new technology, right?
Hmm.
So, does the emerging capability aligns with their strategic observations or objectives? And the
Correct.
business goal is that is first thing to be checked, along
Hmm.
with the what is the market demand and potential
Correct.
for these new emerging capabilities which they are planning to build. And
Hmm.
the next will be a value proposition. So, what will be the value proposition of this new capability which you're building in? And also, you have to determine how the value growth will impact either on improving the efficiency or driving the revenue growth or enhancing the customer experience.
Hmm.
So, and also another thing with all these emerging exponential technology, I would say, is all
Hmm.
the risks which can come along with this. So, definitely, a thing to watch out is to have find what are the potential risks and challenges associated with investing in this technology and how to mitigate them.
The common pitfalls, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And the last will not be the least is finding the right partner ecosystem. Not every
Mhm.
company can just hire a few data scientists, data engineering, or AI architects and work on this. The better to
Correct.
have a partner ecosystem where they can collaborate with their partners, bringing their experience and lower the time to market. Um,
Mhm.
by doing all these things, I think the leaders can make full use of the AI and other exponential technologies to good use in a shorter time.
Correct, correct, correct. So we have seen that this emerging technologies touch so many functions. They deliver better customer experience and all that. So when a leader chooses to implement them, and there is a lot of change in the organization, right? So there are common pitfalls. So what halts their transformation, this emerging technology transformation or digital transformations for most companies?
Definitely, there have seen a lot of pitfalls on this while implementing these
Hmm.
techs. So, one of such things would be mainly on the resistance to change. So, the
Okay.
resistance to change either can be an employee may resist adopting to new technology, or there will be a fear of job displacement, lack of understanding and training. That is one of the reason, and another is lack of leadership support uh,
Okay.
to create anything new or in bringing in a new revolutionary technology. Definitely, leadership support is very much needed. Without that, there will not be a the direction will not be clear. You will not be able to get the resources and the momentum going.
Correct.
The next is proper planning and execution.
Mhm.
So planning is very important. So it has to be calculated. Like for example, do you have enough resources for the implementation? Is there what is a plan if there is a delay during implementation? What will be the cost overruns? All those things has to be properly planned.
Calculated.
And first of all, you are just adding a new technology into your organization or into your application portfolio.
Hmm.
So, which means that an integration, you need to work on integrating things, work on to find is there any complex workflows that will not be integrating with this exponential technologies or emerging technologies,
Okay.
whatever you bring in. So, you
Mhm.
have to study, and integration will be a very important point whenever you introduce any new technology into the systems. So by considering all these things, definitely we can. There will be pitfalls even after that, but certain things can be avoided and can be
Mhm.
mitigated by
Right.
working on these things. Yes.
So you gave an example of certain complex workflows that
Yeah.
need to integrate the technology within those workflows.
All right.
Can you just give one example of such workflows, like complex workflows, that pose a challenge, which are difficult to integrate or work with?
That really depends. Like, for example, there might be some of the legacy methodologies which an organization might be following. For example, validation of certain records. So, if you are bringing in a new technology, like for example, verification of an person, uh,
Okay.
all the supporting processes should also change to a digital format. So the
Hmm.
digital transformation is very key, exponential technologies, because without data or without digitalization, not much thing can be done with AI or ML or any other
Correct.
exponential tech, right? So
Yes.
all the workflow, if you have any manual work in the entire workflow, work
Hmm.
on automating them or work on digitalizing them, so that this complete new services or new system which you are going to put in will be able to either work autonomously or will have a very small manual intervention to work.
Hmm.
That's something which everyone should take care of.
Yeah, because I was speaking to Lucky the other day, and
Mhm.
he told me that going digital for the sake of digital is
Mhm.
not digital transformation because it does not change anything.
Exactly. Exactly.
It
They're
should,
not going to change from the ledger books to Excel sheet unless there is
correct.
a reason, unless there is an uh, cohesive architecture around it. Yes.
Yeah, it should add some value. Only then we can call it digital transformation.
True. True. True.
Yeah. So there are so many industries that we are serving, and there are so many industries that are, taking advantage of this emerging technologies. So, which industries, according to you, right now, can benefit the most from these emerging technologies? And on the similar line, there is one more question that I have: that which would lag behind and which should wait. Like they should not jump on the this digital transformation and emerging technologies bandwagon.
Sure. There are many. We work with many domains, right? Many customers are.
Yes.
We have diverse portfolio. So immediate gains, for example, will be on the healthcare. So
Okay.
AML can revolutionize the healthcare either by improving the diagnostics or personalized treatment plans or drug
Hmm.
discovery. That is another area where it can help immensely the healthcare domain. And
Okay.
also the other things we discussed about IoT. IoT can definitely help in remotely managing the patient's vitals or
Okay.
collecting real-time data.
Makes sense. Yes.
This will make better patient management and better efficient healthcare delivery system. That's
Okay.
uh,
Hmm.
manufacturing. No one can forget manufacturing when it comes to
Yes.
ML and other stuff. We have a particular domain called predictive analysis. So that's where you have like predictive maintenance or you will remaining usage of life of equipments,
Yes.
machineries, or anything to do with frequent maintenance or optimizing. AI and ML definitely are going to enrich that domain for sure.
Yes.
The other, which I would say, is, for example, transportation and logistics,
Okay.
where it's all about finding the optimized route, finding the shortest route or the routes where it can save fuel. So that is another place where artificial intelligence and IoT can come in together. And
Yeah.
with we are already seeing the route optimization a lot of places with a lot of things, but definitely there are much more things to be evolved and bettered on that domain.
Yeah.
Um, Other will be definitely the finance domain, with all
Okay.
about the money laundering and data leak, frauds,
Frauds.
detections, and other stuff. This is another area, and ML with AI system can definitely play an important role by
Yeah.
having some kind of a digital fraud management
Detection.
solutions
Yeah.
and
Detection or something. Yeah.
solutions, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
your next question is, what could be the domains where
They should wait. Like this is not the right time. They should wait and they should explore that. Okay, where this is going and does it benefit us or does it not benefit us?
see, I would not say you should wait or something, but there are few domains where I have seen they are lagging and they are not using these kind of new technologies. One is like
Okay.
traditional retail. So the traditional shops and retail shops,
Hmm.
I've still seen most of them are using the non-digital versions. Some of them have just have some kind of an ERP built in,
Huh.
but they've still not using the full length and breadth of the capability which they can offer or which they can get, either by for the stock management or what kind of products is getting sold. All those things I don't see that much used by those traditional retailers. And
Hmm.
also the manufacturing division, even though the MLs can be very much suitable for manufacturing departments and manufacturing industry, I
Hmm.
still see a lot of manufacturing industries having the just the power wire. There is no data at all. There is no communication ports on the
Yeah.
machineries. So definitely without data, there is not much we can do in terms
And
of AI and ML.
that's one more point that Lucky told me the other day, that data visualization is the key in digital transformation.
Yeah, so anything is on the data. Without data, there is nothing. We don't have much work in AML or other stuff. So this
Yeah.
is another area where IoT solutions with ecosystem partners, we can try to make these legacy manufacturing machines embed with some kind of IoT sensors to get the data out. And once the data is there, definitely we can work on bringing much more value to the industries. So I think
Okay.
these are the areas where people should really invest, updating their systems to data driven, and they can get much more benefits.
Yeah, on a similar note of emerging technologies in healthcare, just a side note example or that we did when I was in the last year of college, we
Mhm.
had this project where we built a web app that detects skin infection kinds, other diseases. After you upload a picture, you can click a picture on your phone, you can
Right.
upload it, and then we built a model
Mhm.
that would tell you with, I think, I don't remember exactly the accuracy, but
Mhm.
it was fairly accurate,
Mhm.
not to a level where we can sell it, but for a college project, it was accurate. It was appreciated.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Vision is improved a lot. So the domains which we work is mainly on Gen AI, computer vision, and predictive
Hmm.
analytics. So the vision part of it, especially with the Gen AI, with all the vision capabilities and other stuff, has significantly grown. Like even we are talking about one healthcare unit where we are giving some kind of an initial diagnostics completely using AI.
Okay.
Definitely, we are not saying that we are going to replace the doctors and other stuff. We are nowhere near to that. But
Yes.
let's say that you're taking an X-ray, and usually you might get some kind of a lab report, right? Like one or two lines
Yes.
about that before even consulting to the doctor. So we are enriching that information. So we are kind of giving more to the lab report, and definitely that will also have some kind of an pointers to the doctors. Maybe they can it narrows down the time which they are going to take or spend for the patient. So
Okay.
of information, small kind of information we are starting to give for one of the healthcare companies, right?
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So, staying on the similar topic, this is slightly off topic, if at all it may seem, but sustainability goals can take benefit of this AI emerging technologies, right? Especially AI, machine learning, and IoT. Because
Yes,
I know a use case. I mean, we are not allowed to officially name them, but it is
right.
an industrial promotion agency for which we have worked. And we have, in March itself, March 2023 itself, we have saved, I think, 50 million cubic meters of water for that
Yes.
agency.
Yes, that's one of our portfolio we have called Loop. So
Yeah.
Loop is mainly around energy monitoring, energy management, and increasing the ESG quotient.
Hmm.
So that's a platform again uses sensors, IoT, and uses AI and ML. Come up with algorithm that
Hmm.
can be used for, as you said, mentioned in one of the use case which we solve for the water.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be for the water. It can be similar system can be developed for energy.
Correct.
which is again used or which is needed in multiple manufacturing units
Yeah.
around the world. So we do have the platform. So we have also proven we have showcased a big use case of saving multiple millions of liters of water.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely ESG, improving your ESG is definitely possible, and AI, ML, and IoT can definitely help you in doing.
Yeah. Correct. So we have discussed so many use cases, so many advantages, but where is the maximum value for leaders right now? Is it efficiency, customer insights, customer experience, revenue growth? What is it? And how do we prioritize where to stack those values?
Right. So definitely in all the cases, let it be operational efficiency. Definitely, AML can optimize the processes, improve the workflow, automate some of the repetitive tasks, reduce the errors, human errors, and other stuff, improve the productivity. On the operational efficiency, yes, it can give all these features like this. And
Hmm.
customer insights, definitely it can analyze a huge amount of data, give you a deeper insight on what is the customer behavior, what are their preferences, what are the needs, and map it to probably the seasons or probably the any special events which is coming up, and definitely work together in increasing the customer engagement and customer loyalty to any brands or any retail things. Revenue
Hmm.
growth, that's that's one of the paramount for any businesses. Again, we can give using A and ML, we can identify the market trends, we
Yes.
can predict the demands, we can tailor the personalized products offering. All these things, we can even give you an example of expanding, when to expand, to which market to expand, what
Okay.
time you have to be doing, and what kind of probably a cross selling or upselling you can do with existing customers. All
Hmm.
these revenue growth levers can also be done by using these exponential technologies. When you
Correct.
ask about prioritizing, I would say it's go back to the business objectives. So
Okay.
and what is the vision of the company and what is the objective of the company. uh,
Hmm.
Make sure that whatever it can be a customer satisfaction or increasing the revenue growth, you assess your objectives and prioritize as per that. And when you do that, definitely evaluate on the impact versus and the feasibility of it. uh,
Hmm.
Not, I mean, overnight implementing a big Gen AI system or even a small chatbot system. You need to do the impact which it's going to create. It might be good at the same time. That might be the ROI might be not lucrative for some of the business. Definitely doing an impact and feasibility study is
Correct.
also very important. The other
Makes a
thing
lot of
I would
sense.
say is you start small, but try to use later system to scale fast. So you
Okay.
don't have to do the big bang approach of doing completely moving into, for example, a new Gen AI based system
Hmm.
and all those things. You can start small, but whenever you introduce your new technology, make sure that technology, the underlining IT components are on scalable methods, so that when you think that this investment is making an ROI, you should be able to scale within few minutes or hours. So I
Okay.
think by doing this, it should be able to, by prioritizing these initiative based on the alignment, should be able
Yeah.
to drive the sustainable business and growth.
Makes a lot of sense. Like the first gen is a little bit crude. Like the smartphones when they first came out, they were a little bit crude. But then they made exponential gains in the coming 3 4 years, and now they have kind of plateaued. Their development has plateaued. So those those initial 3 4 years after you implement a new technology, that's when you keep the scalability in your mind that okay, once we are here, we will
Correct.
accelerate from here.
Correct. Every technology
Mm.
has its ups and down cycles. So as you
Yeah,
said that not many revolutionary feature might be coming up on the smartphones, but
correct.
smartphones is all about how many times you can fold the smartphones, either once or twice. So we are moving into the form factors and right.
Yeah. So I mean, so when we talk, those promises of this innovation sound very good, but then they also, when you think about it for a while, or you read a few uh, not so good news about them, you find the promises a little hollow. So how can leaders set objectives and performance indicators that help them track the impact, calculate the real impact, and you know set their expectations right, and move from there, like move the implementation strategy from there.
Okay, so coaching leaders to set objectives and key performance indicators that track the impact of emerging technologies like AI, ML, IoT, and guide
Hmm.
the rollout. Accelerating requires a strategic and structured approach.
Okay.
So something which can help is, for example, definitely I would say again and again, understanding the business goals. Start
Correct.
by aligning the objectives with the organization, overall strategic goals, priorities, right? And next is define the clear outcomes. So clearly articulate the desired outcome or benefit that the organization expect to achieve
Okay.
from these new techs initiative, right?
Hmm.
And
Yes.
identify the KPIs that will be used to measure the progress. For example, like if the objective is improving the operational efficiency, the relevant KPIs may include something like cost saving, cycle time reductions, or productivity gains. So
Hmm.
get the correct KPI mapped and monitor frequently on the KPIs according to your goals, and quantify the impact. Like for example, so the impact of achieving the desired outcomes, such as cost saving or revenue growth or customer satisfaction improvement or
Hmm.
even market share gains. This helps
Yes.
justify whether the investment in emerging technologies and prioritizing them on their expected rate of interest or return of interest will have a significant impact when you quantify the potential of achieving these kind of targets.
Yes.
What another thing is, just don't have a fixed KPI. It's good to have a fixed KPI, but monitor it and adjust it as you grow.
Yes.
Meaning that review it much frequently. Don't have it as either twice a year or once a year. Make that much more frequent reviewing so that you can fine tune your KPI based on what is it reality which is going on. So these are the steps I think leaders can set objectives and set the
Okay.
KPI effectively to track the impact of the emerging technologies.
Hmm. Okay. So now that we have, discussed implementing and setting the goals, what talent, technology, and partnerships best set up this AI ML success? Like, how do you overcome the skill gaps that your organization may have, or you may not have the experience or the capability or the expertise to carry out such projects? So, how do you address those?
Yeah, this is important thing. So to overcome gaps, definitely the first thing might be, since it's a new domain for most of the organization,
Yeah.
talent acquisition and development is the first thing. So start with recruiting data scientists or machine learning engineers or Gen AI experts. Start with hiring an experienced professional in these domains,
Yes.
and also look for individuals with strong analytics, programming efficiencies, programming proficiencies, and domain knowledge relevant to the industry. Like, for example, if you're talking about doing maintenance or working on an generator industry, you
Okay.
need to have a subject matter expert who knows ins and out and who knows what is related to what in terms of the datas, right?
Correct.
Second
Yes.
is going to be investing on training and upskilling of your existing employees. Definitely, if you're taken a vision of creating new AI solutions and other stuff, upskill your existing team.
Yes.
They might be also interested. So work on trainings, offer them workshops, conduct some courses, online courses or offline courses, increase their knowledge and upskill them so that definitely they will also enhance their capabilities and help in achieving the company's vision. And this learning, make sure that it is not a one-time activity.
Yeah.
Foster the culture of continuous learning. That should definitely give you an head start while developing or while working on these kind of new age technologies.
Yeah.
Also, the one part is the team. The other is choosing the technology. When I say technology, that can be in form of infrastructure,
Okay.
or it can be on the form of tools and softwares. Uh,
Mhm.
Make sure that whatever technology, let it be the infrastructure, make sure it is scalable. As I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
technologies digest or ingest humongous amount of data as you go. So, and at the same time, it's not advisable to get petabytes and you have thousands of GPU from the day one. So
Yeah.
whenever you choose the infrastructure, make sure that you can start according to the current your use case or current
Mm.
requirement, and make sure that it can grow and it can scale as per the needs. And the same
Correct.
goes to make sure when you start working on any new technology, make sure that you're using the latest softwares and latest coding platforms. So that will give you edge in the market. So
Right.
these are some of the, I would say, things to consider while starting or embarking into the AI journey. And by
Correct.
doing this, you can also bridge the gaps, skill gaps. If there is also another way of doing it. If you are in a hurry, if you need to start something with the AI and you have a small time, the another way is to also work with any technology partners on
Okay.
collaboration who already
Yeah.
have given the AI capabilities and accelerate your time to deployment of any of your requirements.
Yeah, because it is so difficult to retain and hire trained professionals right now,
Correct.
and even if you hire, then it is difficult. There is no guarantee that with them on board, you will have the success that you want out of your transformation journey, right?
Correct, correct. See,
Yeah.
hiring is just one way.
Yeah.
Definitely, upskilling is another way. But the right way, I would say, is to have both of them. So, if you're able to get some senior individuals who can coach the other upskilling or other team members, that's
Hmm.
the ideal way to grow.
Yeah, the other day I was reading about digital transformation, and one of the most significant pillar of digital transformation was change management and upskilling and training the employees to use the new technologies and making them, comfortable and
Correct.
making them feel comfortable to seek help if they want, if they are not comfortable. So, yeah.
Agreed. Agreed.
So, has AI met its expectations that it set when it emerged? Like, where are we in the graph of AI growth right now?
Um, See, there are definitely a lot of promises being made, and
Hmm.
I would say not all promises have been met. But when it comes to AI and ML, definitely emerge with promises of revolutioning industries, enhancing productivity. I would say yes, to an extent, that promises has been met by AI.
Okay.
While definitely, I would say that there were other topics of enhancing or making it as an AGI, general artificial intelligence, and other stuff. In those cases, I would say that we have not yet there, but again, as we speak, a lot of enhancements are going on
Hmm.
this field and other stuff. Again, the other area where I would say the milestones or the we have achieved something with this is in the deep learning space. So,
Okay.
advantages or the advancement that's done on the neural networks and advancement of deep learning algorithms have driven a lot of AI successes on different domains like image recognition, natural language processing, speech recognitions.
Yeah.
Uh, these are the areas definitely that been quite a bit of improvements been done thanks to the advancements in deep learning.
Deep learning.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
as I said, also in the healthcare division with all the vision-based transformer models,
Yeah.
those kind of advancements is also going at a rapid pace. Let it
Telemedicine is transformed currently. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So all the way from medical imaging, like the X-rays and other stuff,
Hmm.
even the drug discovery, that is another area where significant improvement has also been made due to the deep learning and other neural networks advancements.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm, hmm.
Definitely, we are there. There are a lot of promises being met, and there are some places, like for example, apart from the AGI, the other thing is the ethical and social implications. Like
Okay.
every AI, we call it as explainable or transparent AIs. There
Hmm.
are terms in our domain called XAI, explainable AI. So when AI gives a score or makes predictions and other stuff, you will not be knowing that based on what parameters it gave you that
Uh,
decision. So the
Correct.
explainability and transparency is something which definitely to be improved, and I'm sure
Yeah.
that there will be significant process and growth will happen onto these transformation or transparent and explainable AIs down the line.
Yeah, because AI is basically created by a human, right? And there
Right.
are certain biases. We cannot name few models, but we have seen enough examples on Twitter and elsewhere in the news that the biases of AI are quite visible.
True. It's all about the data. That's the reason they say
Yeah.
data. The data should be so diverse, so it should be able to take a different kind of data, different. That's the reason the fine tuning things of models is also comes into play.
Yeah.
Like all these general models, general LLMs, and other stuff are not mainly designed for any one use cases or one particular domain.
Hmm.
Those are ingested on pretty much a huge volume of data, like
Yeah.
to the power 13. Those kind of text data has been what has been ingested by them.
Yes.
But the thing is that we should be able to fine tune those models according to the use cases. So if
Correct.
it's again, if it's for drug discovery, that is another thing we have to fine tune, or we have to give a proper data sets to learn on those kind of domains. So that is something which has to be done.
Yeah, because when even we had to train the model for our college project, I think we extracted more than 10, 12 thousands of photos from DermNet website
Mhm.
by web scraping process. We got them and then
Right.
we trained the model on those images. So yeah,
Definitely. And when it comes to computer vision, we are talking about images and other stuff. There are a lot of data sets available. And but I don't know. For example, we work on a couple of products. We have products on computer vision.
okay.
Unfortunately, the public data sets are huge, and they are able to. For example, I'll give you an example of person wearing a hat.
Hmm.
There are huge amount of open data sets, but again,
Correct.
if there is going to be a particular type of hat or particular type of wearing style, those are the places where we need to fine tune the model, because if you
Okay.
use so much of things, it will not be, if you ingest all the public database or public data sets, you may not be able to distinguish between a cap and a helmet in some cases if your data set is not that clear. This is
Correct.
where you need to work on your custom data sets and improve your models.
Yes. So we know that the promise is immense of these emerging technologies. The interest and investments are also immense in these technologies, right?
True,
But
true.
a little impact is realized by most enterprises or firms. Like there is a gap, right? We know that this can be a game changer, but we are still hesitant in putting our foot forward and going all in for these technologies. So why is there this gap?
Oh, there are few reasons, I would say. One is
Hmm.
mainly the implementing challenges, right?
Okay.
Implementing these emerging technologies often requires, significant organization changes, including the process change, skill development, cultural shift.
Yeah.
Many firms struggle with the execution of these kind of projects. And
Correct.
again, the integration with the legacy systems, the data quality issues or lack of data, and resistant to change. These are other factors which are adding up. And not to forget about the skills and talent which we discussed about. Finding the skills, right skills about the AI and ML is also becoming a challenge. Finding the resource, it's not that easy, but
Hmm.
that is something which an organization, if they want to start these technology, they have to invest uh, right away on getting
Okay.
these good resources.
Okay.
And the other thing would be the agility. Even though you
Okay.
want to implement these AI systems, you have to make sure that everyone from the C level to everyone who's involved in this should be convinced and should have the conviction that yes, these systems are going to be helpful, and they should
Correct.
work towards these kind of helping or giving their inputs wherever possible in this flow. Uh,
Hmm.
that sometimes may not happen, so
Okay.
causes either some kind of a friction or kind of lack of fragmentations of data. Like you
Yes.
want to ingest some kind of a data, but there will not be data from one department or one kind of line of business.
Hmm.
So even those lack of data fragmentations, or we call it as data silos, definitely hinder the growth of or the completion of these kind of AI projects. So
Okay.
these are some of the I would say showstoppers. Why that even after the investment, even after the start of the project, not every project completes
Yeah.
and delivers the outcome.
And some industries or some medium, small to medium enterprises, as we say, they are not even initiating the process of considering AI or ML. Few of them, not all of them. There are
Sure.
exceptions. So there are also challenges there, right?
Yes, very much is there. Like we discussed couple of examples, right? Like
Hmm.
some of the retailers,
Yeah.
some of the industries, manufacturing industries, for example,
Hmm.
they still prefer that yes, rather than implementing a new system. And there is also a notion that all these new emerging exponential technologies, they sound interesting, but they are very expensive.
Okay.
That's not the case always. And countries like in India, where there are a lot of human labor available,
Hmm.
without even doing a proper analysis, some of the companies think that yes, we have resources, we don't need to have a very expensive system to be put in, and that may not be giving a very good ROI. So my suggestion is definitely do a proof of concept, do an either study about what is the ROI and system and new AI system can bring in to your company, how it can improve the process. When we do this, have a very open-minded approach,
Okay.
because it's one end for a traditional system who doesn't have the data. Moving to a Gen AI might not be an easy, but it's going to be a phased manner, because as we said that most of the companies just have the power cable into their machineries. They don't have even a data port into that. So you
Correct.
have to first start with the digitalization, and then comes into analysis of data, and then put in the system either to optimize it or make it more um, efficient, and predict the failures before it occurs. So
Okay.
that's it's going to be a journey, but you need to
Hmm.
start somewhere. So
Yes.
my ask is to just don't ignore these, thinking that these are expensive and these may not work for my company or my domain.
Hmm.
Just do a POC with any partners or solution providers, and definitely you will be able to see the fruitful benefit that an AI or ML system can bring for you.
Correct. 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 Okay. So okay, let's stop talking about now and let's move to 5 years ahead in time. What emerging technologies right now, which are kind of in their infancy, have immense potential? Like, how do you separate that hype from reality? How do you spot that, okay, this emerging technology, which is currently not so developed, can be a game changer 5 years from now, or let's say 3 years from now, like whatever time period we want to consider?
Okay, looking some years ahead, 3 or 5 years ahead, several bleeding edge innovations show disruptive commercial promise despite
Hmm.
their relative maturity or immaturity today.
Okay.
Some of these innovation include quantum computing, quantum
Okay.
computing holds the potential to revolutionize either industries by solving complex problems or complex, current intractable for classic computers. What are the things which is not possible on the classic 80, x86 machines or
Mm-hmm.
current machines? A lot of things that quantum computing can definitely solve. We are
Okay.
still in the early stages of development at the moment,
Yeah.
but definitely down the years, quantum computing could unlock great breakthroughs in the areas like cryptography, drug discovery, optimization, and material sciences. That's one which
Okay.
I think about. Next is will be on the biotechnology and synthetic biology.
Okay.
Again, there are a lot of advances which will happen in the biotech field, that will transform, like for example, not only biotech, it's also on the synthetic biology, transforming the healthcare or agricultural, or we discuss about increasing the sustainability. uh,
Yeah.
there will be a lot of innovations will be going on in the years to come on
That
this.
is
And the next thing will be obviously the robotics and the automation. So there
okay.
are also interesting things going on, and that will completely evolve. uh, we will get, probably, I'm not saying that you will have getting the humanoid kind of robots, but there will be robots which will be created for niche use cases, and
Okay.
it will have efficiency maybe very close to human capabilities and other stuff. So
Yeah.
those kind of advancements, I would say that's I'm seeing it. And definitely we briefly touched about the blockchains and other stuff. So
Yeah.
decentralized finance, there is a domain called DeFi. So again, that will be, it is based on the blockchain technology. So that will see a growth in definitely in the coming years.
Yeah.
So these are the some of the things which I think that it's going to be coming in the next 3 or 5 years. These are the areas where these new systems is going to evolve
Yeah.
in a greater pace.
I mean, we have already seen robot dogs and cats
Right,
who
right,
can jump way faster and way more accurately
correct,
than the normal dogs and cats.
correct, correct.
And yeah, and
So
there are a few advancements in synthetic fuel as well, right? That also comes under biochemistry, bio.
yes.
Yeah.
So that's how again we are running even in there are a lot of ethanol blends which are coming in, and
Yeah.
we are having a lot of ethanol percentage being mixed into the traditional fossil fuels and other stuff. Yes, it's
Mhm.
continue going to grow on these domains for sure. There is no doubt in that.
Yeah. So now, as this, the bar moves ahead of emerging technologies and more companies start to adopt them, how will the competitive dynamics in the industry change? Like, can we see some small upstarts, toppling huge organizations? Like, can there be a hero story coming?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that as tech or as this AI story evolves,
Hmm.
there will be a level playing field will be created. So all the
Okay.
emerging technologies, such as either cloud or AI, blockchain or AML or low-code development,
Hmm.
I see that they are reducing the barriers to entry and empowering the startups to compete more efficiently with the current established or the big
Yes.
companies.
Yeah.
Seriously think this new kind of digital native startups have great advantage in terms of agility and innovation. And I see that definitely there will be more level playing field which will come up as the years goes, and there is a lot of chances of the new startups. Definitely, I would not say that overtaking the established company, but there are a lot of possibilities disrupting and creating, becoming an emerging startup and becoming a unicorn much soon.
Okay. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So I think this is a good point to wrap on an optimistic note. There
Good,
is
good.
one last question that I have for you. What does a typical work day in your office look like for you?
I like to, have different hours set in a day for different kind of activities. I
Okay.
start up with first of all following up what happened previous day or previous night, what happened.
Mm.
So the first 4 hours, I say, goes as to business as usual, checking
Mm.
the emails, working on this, working on the action items and other stuff.
Okay.
And we dedicate at least 2 hours purely on research and development.
Okay.
We have a focused team only for what happened, what kind of new innovation which we didn't work on yesterday
Okay.
can be implemented in our system, which will
Okay.
make things much more unique and other stuff. We spend at least 2 hours a day only thinking about new innovations and doing some kind of an R&D and creating new algorithms or updating our algorithms or working on few new ways of detecting some objects and other stuff. So
Okay.
4 hours as business as usual, 2 hours in R&D,
R&D.
and I'll finish off the day with, for example, planning for the next day, what all the items to be
Yes.
done and other stuff. That's pretty much the typical day for me. And
Okay. So those 2 hours are the fuel for the entire day, right? Those
definitely,
2 hours of R&D.
most in happy hours, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. So final segment. We have reached the final segment of this podcast,
Okay.
and it is rapid fire. So I have 5 questions for you. You can tell
Okay.
me the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the question. Okay. So let's go. The first one is most overlooked emerging innovation that you see.
Material discovery.
Okay.
We briefly talked about a material discovery. I recently,
Mm-hmm.
attended an session with IIT on the material discovery on usage
Okay.
of NML, how it can improve them. Definitely, there are a lot of data sets which are currently available and currently it's growing. And the data sets, when I'm talking about data sets, these are like chemical composition data sets, crystal structure data sets. A lot
Okay.
of data sets are available. And these, once we have trained it, there is a huge possibility of coming up with completely new kind of either a crystal or new kind of chemical. For example, let's say that imagine the battery on your mobile phone can last
Hmm.
10 times more than how it is, or the solar panel currently in efficiencies are way less than 50%. Let's say that
Yeah.
increase it to, let's say, 75 percentage of efficiency. These are
Okay.
all possible on when you work on these kind of material discovery. And that is a field,
Uh-huh.
I would say, that it is kind of didn't get that much of a buzz, but it has a huge potential when it been focused and worked upon. There are a lot of companies and including a lot of areas there are people working, but it's way lesser compared to Gen AI or anything else.
Yeah. Because
So
if this battery thing can be solved, then I won't have to change my phone every 3 years,
right.
and the electric car owners won't have to change their batteries every 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, definitely. And also, not only that battery, don't quote me that I'm supporting a battery, but it can also be an alternate fuel. It can
Yes.
be, now we have the hydrogen fuels and other stuff coming
Yeah.
up. Or it can be, again, if it's a battery, it can be a salt based battery. A lot of innovations going on around this area. So,
Okay.
end of the day, it's all about sustainability. Whichever solution is going to be very sustainable, that's where we have to go towards, or we have to focus towards. So
Correct.
definitely these kind of AI-powered material discovery is kind of, I would say, underlooked, and that has a
Okay.
very huge potential.
I mean, I did not at all know about this. This is the first time I'm hearing, and it's from you. So I'm so glad we can
And
talk about this.
to people like IITs who are coming up and who are giving these kind of sessions, and definitely it is eye opener for a lot of people like us.
Yeah. Okay. Second rapid fire question is a tech in your home that you cannot live without.
Okay, my house is full of technology,
Yeah,
and
I know that. That's why I put that question.
okay, I love Iron Man movie. I've been watching
Okay.
the one like most of us would do in the tech area.
Yeah.
So I have a home assistant, and the name is Jarvis, no doubt, and nothing
Okay.
special. So the Jarvis is connected to my home automation home assistant kit, which controls. pretty much everything from my
Okay.
gate outside to every thermostat, let it be AC, let it be heater, every single task. Like for example, as we speak, I'm having some lights from behind that's connected to Jarvis. It's a
Okay.
complete kind of an home assistant running
Okay.
completely local. It's not going to use any fancy internet. I don't want to expose it to internet. So I'm running my own IoT network, and Jarvis is something that I call this name probably 100 times in a day. So that's a tech I cannot live without.
So you are living the real Iron Man life.
I'm at least trying to do 1% of it.
Yeah. Okay. So one piece of tech that you absolutely hate.
I don't hate the tech as such, but this is a uh, lately I'm been kind of upset by seeing this. Every tech has a charging port, right?
Yes.
We are in 2024,
Hmm.
and almost all, even big companies, are moving into USB-C methods.
Yes.
I still see micro USB ports in a lot of gadgets which we buy today.
Yeah.
I
Correct.
really hate it because you have to run again, find another cable, and look for it. And I
Yeah.
also genuinely feel whichever gadget has these legacy port or nothing but an e-waste, we are just buying it. And legacy device just being imported, re-imported, and other stuff. So I really hate to see these kind of legacy things.
Yeah.
I wish that we all move to a single kind of port, and that should also improve on the waste management, e-waste management, and improve the sustainability. So even
Right.
a small charging port can make a significant impact.
Yeah. I have a moonlight at my home which charges with micro USB. So I have to carry a cable if I want the moonlight on.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So one common roadblock that you see that derails this emerging technology initiatives,
Goals, unclear goals. Like if
unclear goals.
yes, if
Okay.
everyone involved doesn't have a clear understanding of the initiatives, uh,
Okay.
then I don't think will be any project ends in what has been expected out of it. So for me, the main thing is the unclear goals and objectives of
Okay.
any project.
Okay. I think we can wrap our rapid fire here. And one last request for you. One advice that you would like to give to the leaders who may listen to this podcast about the digital transformation or emerging technologies initiatives.
See, for anything, any emerging technologies today, we call it as emerging. I also sometimes call it as exponential emerging technologies. All these
Okay.
things. One thing which is common is definitely cultivate the culture of learning.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever techs we call it as every new name, every in tech industry, we every 3 years we come up with a new acronym or a new name on this. So
Hmm.
one thing which I want all the leaders to focus on is cultivate this learning
Okay.
things. So and don't shy away from embarrassing or embracing the experimentations or having a small R&D that
Mm-hmm.
really goes, set up a small team focused on some new ideas to work on. It may not be a big team, or you may not have to drastically change anything, but take up your use cases, break it down into pieces. If you can use something, or if you can create something to make a process better, that definitely changes or that have a huge impact in the entire cycle of things.
Okay.
So embrace the experimentation thing, have this kind of innovation kind of an approach, and work on learning, continuous learning. I would say these are the
Okay.
two things.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, then we can wrap it up here. Thank you, Arvind. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for doing this. And
Thanks, Steve.
that's,
Pleasure is mine. Thanks for having me in the show.
I mean, it did not, we are recording for what, 1 hour, 4 minutes, and it did not feel like 1 hour, 4 minutes. I thoroughly enjoyed talking with you.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for your time again.
Okay, so we'll end it here, and we hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.